Hello everyone, this video is about how to select quality Manuka honey. I'm spontaneously making this video for a mother and daughter that I met at Whole Foods yesterday in Huntington Beach. I hope you're watching. I gave them my YouTube name in the hopes that they watch this video about Manuka honey. And in general, for everyone who has problematic skin, and especially for people with G-tubes, their caregivers or nurses or doctors that might be watching. This is great. And also refer to my first video, I think it's titled How I Healed My Skin in 10 Days or something like that, where I look like I'm half dead because I thought it was a great idea to make a video at like 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, so Manuka honey, what is it? First of all, it is medicinal antibacterial honey with naturally occurring hydrogen peroxide. Manuka honey is from Manuka flowers that is grown in New Zealand and New Zealand only. All right, so number one, make sure your Manuka honey is from New Zealand. So what happens is the bees drink the nectar from the Manuka honey, and then they do whatever bees do to create the honey. So with the combination of the bees and the magic that they do with the medicinal properties of the Manuka honey, Manuka flower, you have medicinal Manuka honey, which has naturally occurring hydrogen peroxide. Now, what's wonderful about Manuka honey is it treats the affected skin, the skin problems, without burning the skin, without damaging the skin, and instead it nourishes the skin and conditions the skin. And it just repairs the skin. It's just, I call it a miracle in a jar. So number one, again, Manuka honey, make sure it's from New Zealand. Number two, make sure it is raw honey from New Zealand. Okay, number three, we're gonna go into the ratings. So I personally use Weatherspoon. I have not strayed from this brand because this brand has just created wonders for me and my mom, and why change a good thing? Now, Weatherspoon uses their own quality classification, and they use something called K-factor. So you want to go with K-factor 16, that's 16 or higher. Anything below 16, you're not going to have as much medicinal properties in the honey. You can use the honey orally or apply it topically, okay? Any other honey, aside from the brand Weatherspoon, you want to go with what's called a UMF factor, which stands for Unique Manuka Factor. And all other companies, aside from Weatherspoon, use that rating or classification. So you want to look on the bottle and make sure it is UMF certified, or UMF certification shows on the bottle. Now you want to go with UMF 15 to 20 for antibacterial properties. If you need something more potent, so for more superior antibacterial honey, you want to go with UMF 20 to 25. But again, with Weatherspoon, you want to go with K-factor 16. That's what I use, and I have been using for years. How do you apply it? I would recommend a minimum of 1 hour on the affected area. Apply it liberally, and then wash it off. Leave a slight residue on there, like a toner, and just pat it dry and just leave it. I personally do 2 hours or overnight, every day, minimum 1 week. If you're watching, mom, for your daughter, I know it's her scalp, so, and of course she has to go to school in the morning. So yes, shower it off in the morning. But if you can, leave a little bit of residue on there, at least for the first week. I began to see results from me within the first week. For my mom, who had an awful G-tube area around the skin, we saw results as quickly as 5 days. What else? It's a slow process. Don't expect results right away. But you do start to see something within like the 3rd or 4th day. You've got to be consistent with it, And you've just got to stay committed. It's holistic, so you want to give it some time. But I promise, no, I don't promise, because I don't want you guys to sue me. I hope you see results. I'm going to talk about my mom's G-tube, and I'm going to post some pictures. I may post some pictures. They're very graphic, so if you don't want to see it, just don't see it. But it shows before and after. So my mom was in the nursing home for 5 years, and her G-tube area looked awful. It was just like raw, oozing, troubled skin, and the nurses tried everything medicinal, and nothing worked. It just made it worse and worse and worse. And once I started taking care of my mom, I started using Manuka Honey, and I applied it liberally around the G-tube area 4 times a day. I would replace the split gauze. I know nurses or caregivers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So apply the honey liberally around the G-tube area, put a split gauze over it, tape it up, and then depending on how much that person leaks through the G-tube with fluid, change it often. But definitely apply a liberal amount of honey on there and do it for about a week, and you will see, no, I don't want you guys to sue me. I hope you see results. I hope you see results. A great story. So 4 months ago, we went to the ER for routine G-tube replacement. And the ER doctor looked at my mom's G-tube, and he looked over at me and said, "How long has she had this G-tube?" And I told him at least 5 years. And he said he's never seen the G-tube look so clean and so healthy. And I believe him, because I've seen other patients and it looks awful. And he asked me what my secret was, and I told him it was Manuka Honey. And I told him exactly how I did it, and he was just astonished. And he said that he was going to tell this to his patients, and that he was not going to forget. My mom's skin around the G-tube looks incredible and healthy, and I owe it all to Manuka Honey. So again, if you have problematic skin, I say give it a go. But again, you've got to be consistent and apply it liberally and leave it on for as long as you can. Overnight is great, but if you can't, a few hours is great. Leave comments if you have any questions. I do respond to them. And mom and daughter, I hope it works for you. It's so nice meeting you, and I hope you're watching this. You can also refer to my first video. I think it's called How I Healed My Skin in 10 Days, where I look like a zombie. All right, guys, bye. This is my mom's skin around the G-tube area, dated July 1st, 2019. You can see the date on top of the photo. This is while she was still in the nursing home. Notice how the skin is red, oozing, raw, irritated, and just on its last leg. Now, this is her skin 1 week after coming home from the nursing home, dated September 17th, 2020. You can see the date on top of the photo. It is still very raw, damaged, oozing, painful skin. Now, this is her skin after I started applying Manuka Honey, dated September 22nd, 2020. You can see the date on top of the photo there. This is only 5 days after the previous photo that I just posted. Notice how the skin, the redness is subsiding, and the skin breakdown is starting to heal, and the skin is looking more conditioned. And finally, this is her skin 1 month after the Manuka Honey treatment, dated October 21st, 2020. And look at the remarkable difference. There is no redness, no oozing, no skin breakage, no irritation. The skin looks supple, healthy. It is not broken. And this is only 2020. We are in 2022, and her skin, the quality has maintained itself, and it looks even better. And it's healthy, and it's just remarkable, guys. So try Manuka Honey.